apologize for having you here earlier than you need to be, but thank you for being here. With all that said, I will turn the chair over to Senator Hill, who was the one that I asked to take care of the initial communication with our nominees and for the vetting also. So Senator Hill.
Thank you, Senator Pope. Our first nominee is Arnold Edward TJ Taylor. And I think most people that have been around the Capitol know TJ. He is being nominated to the Mississippi Department of Archives and History Board for an unexpired term that began January 2020 and will end in 2026. And so at this time, I would just like to give TJ the floor and let you say anything that you'd like to say in the committee. And if anybody has a question to ask you, we'll recognize that. You can.
Thank you, Senator Hill and Mr. Chairman and committee for having this meeting and having us here to consider our appointment. Like Senator Hill said, I'm TJ Taylor. I live in Madison. I'm originally from Vicksburg, Mississippi. Attended Southern Miss, studied political science, minored in history, and then attended law school here in Jackson at Mississippi College, where I got my law degree. And I didn't go the traditional route to practice law. I came to work for the legislature. I worked on the House side. I hope y'all don't hold that against me. I worked for the House side for 6 years, and then I left to go lobby. So now I'm the executive director of the Cable Association here.
Nothing came back in Mr. Taylor's background that would be disqualify him from serving on this board. And so I guess at this time, we entertain any questions that any of the committee members would have.
Thank you. Thank you for agreeing to serve in this position. Are you old enough to know about archives and history?
Well, I think so. My parents, I'm the youngest of four, but my parents have always said I'm the old soul, and so I've been fascinated with history. I was the history nerd in our family. I do our genealogy, everything for our family. So I think so.
That works for me.
And we need a little energy on the board too. I don't mind putting a little somebody that's Mike can get around a little faster than maybe I can. So if there's Senator Hobson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll thank you, Madam Chair. References recently.
I don't know. I can't remember. Who I was on there.
Remember, check those out. My only question for you is, if appointed, will you move back to Vicksburg?
You know what? I was telling Dr. Lampton about our beautiful homes in Vicksburg. Growing up there, all the antebellum homes, the turn of the century homes. If I can convince my wife, if you can help me convince my wife, I would love to.
Thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I would also, as the chairman said, TJ has some roots in Vicksburg and along the natural space area, and go way. Grandparents stayed in don't get away and come back home. And so I concur with what the chairman said. We'll help you get back to this area. So we can
Any other questions or comments, Senator Blackwell?
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Questions or comments? Motion be to advise and consent, Senator Butler. All in favor? Any opposed? Well, it looks like you're on the board.
Thank you.
So that motion will carry. That nomination will carry. We're going to go ahead and move to Senate nomination number 93, Dr. Luke Lampton from Magnolia, who's also being appointed to the Archives and History Board of Trustees for an unexpired term beginning January 2018 and ending 2024. So at this time, I would like to give Dr. Lampton the floor to make any comments that he'd like to make for the committee.
It's an honor to be here. I take seriously the archives and work that's done there. Since I was a little boy, actually, I used to do research in the library there when it was at the Charlotte Capers building. And I knew the librarians there, so I sort of have a sentimental attachment to the actual research and doing that there. And I have published some books that a lot of the research has been done at the archives itself. I had been involved on the Foundation of Mississippi History and helped bring to fruition the two Mississippi Museums projects. And I think that the archives is very important. The department is very important for our state in bringing us together as humans and as a people. And I'm committed to maintaining the integrity of the department and its historical archives.
Many of you may not know, but Dr. Lampton is a prolific writer of history and this is actually one of the books that he's done that I'm looking very forward to going through, where he's done a medical history of Mississippi with a lot of pictures. And you also serve on the Board of Health, correct?
Right, I do not. The time requirements, I don't think there'll be any conflict at all. And I do have 2 more years remaining in a Board of Health, and this Senate has allowed me to serve in that capacity to the state, and I've taken that service very seriously.
Would there be any questions for Dr. Lampton from the committee? I think everybody knows you. So we appreciate your willingness to serve on this board. I think that your commitment to history is already evident. There's nothing that prevents you from serving on this committee that we can find. Pierre says you're qualified. So I guess I'm asking for a motion at this time. Motion will be to advise and consent. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that nomination will carry, and we look forward to you serving, and I look forward to more collaboration with you on some of your past works. So yeah, look forward to that. Thank y'all so much. And we're gonna move to the renomination. Y'all are dismissed. I know y'all been sitting here a long time. And but I'm sure y'all got better things to do.
TJ, pass the word.
Our renominations are Senate nomination number 69, Bill Cook of Oxford for the IT Services Board, 5-year term beginning July 1, 2022 and in 2027. I spoke to Mr. Cook and asked him, made sure he wanted to continue to serve in this capacity, and he assured me that he did. There's nothing changed in his capacity to serve that we could find. So do I have a nomination for Charles Cook for the IT Services Board? Motion to advise and consent. All in favor? Any opposed? That nomination will be reported. The next one is we can contact him and ask him to, yeah, we can contact him and ask him to do that. I'll make a note of that. The next one is Mr. Norman Paul Catul for the Public Procurement Review Board, nomination number 76. It's also a reappointment for a 4-year term from July 1, 2023 to June 30, 2027. And he indicated to me that he has enjoyed being a part of the board and would like to continue on with his service on the procurement board. Y'all see anything that we need to talk to him about that we maybe have missed? If not, do I have a motion? Have to advise and consent first. So the motion would be to advise and consent. All in favor? Any opposed? All right, now I need another motion. Thank you. Thank y'all.